Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Gadigal people.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello and welcome to Squiz Kids Today, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Joni Jones. It's Thursday, June 15. In Squiz Kids Today, the president facing prison, a surfer's surprising fear, big delays for kids' movies, and watch out for pumpkin ice cream. That's what's making news kids style.
The lowdown.
Have you heard of former American President Donald Trump? He was president of the US in your lifetime between 2017 until 2021, after he lost the election to the current president, Joe Biden. So recently, he was one of the most powerful people in the world, head of the United States and the government, a man who is meant to uphold the laws, not break them, which makes this story so interesting. Donald Trump is being accused of breaking the law and hiding highly sensitive, top-secret documents in his home. These documents are said to be about US nuclear weapons, spy satellites, and the US military. All information that poses a threat to something called national security. FBI agents found more than 100 of these classified documents at his residence in Florida. Trump lives in a private resort called Mar-a-Lago. Inside the resort, there are many private homes as well as shared spaces, like a ballroom. Unbelievably, Trump is being accused of storing these hugely secret documents on the stage in the ballroom, as well as in his bathroom and other places where people could have easily stumbled across them. But not only that, Trump is being accused of refusing to return them. So yesterday, Donald Trump faced a federal court in Miami, where he pleaded not guilty, setting the stage for a high-stakes public trial. The reason why it's such a big deal is that no president of the United States has ever been accused of federal crimes. And if he's found guilty, Trump faces the possibility of going to prison.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in Bali, in Indonesia, where professional surfer Rio Wider has spoken about his surprising fear. Even though Rio now surfs for a living and says he practices every day, he was once petrified of going into the ocean. Despite growing up on the Indonesian island, surrounded by beaches and with surf-loving parents, he said he was so afraid of going into the water, he would become paralysed with fear. His parents would teach him how to catch waves, and slowly, as he got a bit older, he saw how much fun his friends were having, and when he began to surf with his friends, a strong desire to become the best overtook his feelings of anxiety. Once he completed his first event, he got his first taste of victory. Now his competitive fire is burning as strongly as ever. Rio says when negative thoughts creep into his head, he reminds himself of how far he's come in his surfing career, from being a little boy who is scared of the ocean. He now dreams of being a world champion, just like his idols Kelly Slater and Mick Fanning, and of bringing an Olympic medal to his home country of Indonesia.
Food, glorious food.
Cauliflower ice cream, anyone? Or perhaps green bean gelato? You know how your parents are always telling you to eat your greens and they try to sneak veggies into your meal? Well, That's because they are healthy for you. So here's a question. Would you eat more veggies if they were disguised in ice cream? A company called Nutri-V believes it has come up with an almighty idea of increasing the appeal of veggies, but also tackling the issue of food waste and making veggies taste so delicious no kid would ever want to leave it behind on their plate. Nutri-V says 20% of all fresh produce is thrown away in Australia, and that they can turn all this food waste into powder and use this powder as an ingredient in ice cream, making flavours such as pumpkin, cauliflower and vanilla bean. They say a scoop of their yummy ice cream has the same nutritional value as eating broccoli. Now, I don't know about you, but it's a pretty hard battle getting my kids to finish their cauliflower, so I would definitely try cauliflower ice cream. Bring on the taste test.
Pop Culture Corner.
Oh no, here's some bad news for movie fans. Disney has announced they are delaying the release of some of their hotly anticipated sequels. Not just by weeks or months, but making us wait years until we can watch them. The third instalment of Avatar was meant to be in cinemas in December next year, but it's being pushed back until December 2025. Then the rest of the Avatar sequels will be scheduled for 2029 and 2031. 2031, that's 8 whole years away. For those of you who are 8 years old now, that's basically like waiting your whole life again just for that movie. Marvel's multi-billion-dollar Avengers next flick has been delayed until May 2026. That's 3 years away, which is also the exact same time the next Star Wars movie will be released. So, looks like we just need to be patient. Wonder how many reruns we can watch in that time.
Time for the Squiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. What is the name of the former US president who faced federal charges of keeping top secret documents in his home? That's right, it's Donald Trump. Question 2. Professional surfer Rio Ryder is from Bali. Bali is an island, but can you tell me which country Bali is part of? It's part of Indonesia. Question 3. Sequels to some of the most popular movie franchises have been delayed. Can you name any of the movie series that has been affected? It's the Avatar films, Marvel and Star Wars.
Shout outs.
It's June 15th, Global Wind Day. Stop laughing. Not flatulence wind. It's a day to celebrate the power of wind and learn more about it as an affordable type of energy. It's also a special day for these Squiz Kids celebrating a birthday today. Emmett from Yass, Remy from Paribadoo, Ollie from Foster, Jaden from Mossman Park, Chloe from Serpentine, Leilani from Avoca Beach, Leo from Gladesville, Jessie from Brisbane, Gilly from Mount Gravatt, Fraser from Townsville, Millie from Albany Hills, Oscar from Hornsby, Jensen from West Pennant Hills, Alex from Scone, Stella from Adelaide, Tully from Ruse, Delilah from Oxley, Emily Jane from Echuca, and Albie from Mont Albert North. And belated shout-outs go to Harris from Perth and Nimrit from Pitttown. Classroom shout-outs go to Class 6G and Mrs. Smith at Dundas Public School, Prep Class P with Mrs. Sun at St Gregory the Great Primary School in Doncaster. Class 2M and Mrs. Mears at Majura Primary School in Watson. Miss Dodd's class at Pingelly Primary School. The Year 5 classes with Mr. Townsend and Mr. Spowart at the Southport School. And happy birthday to Mrs. Kime at St. John's Anglican College in Forest Lake. Lastly, a special birthday shout out for Emily at Manly State School. Bryce is looking forward to visiting you and your classmates on Friday. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up, and if you want a shout out, or if you want a classroom shout out, drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au or fill out the form on our website. That's all we've got time for. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids today. We'll be back again tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and have the most excellent day. Over and out.